Welcome to ClarityGrit, where we break down the psychology of growth, confidence, and self-respect. Let me ask you something. How many times have you said, "I'll start tomorrow"? Tomorrow comes, and nothing changes. You know what you should do, but you don't do it. You scroll instead of studying. You eat junk instead of cooking. You sleep late even when you're worn out. It's not because you're lazy. It's because you've trained your brain to follow comfort over commitment. That's what self-discipline fixes. It's not about punishing yourself. It's about teaching your mind who's in charge, your emotions or your choices. And the truth is, self-discipline isn't something you're born with. It's something you build step by step, through small, consistent actions. So let's break down 5 simple ways to become more self-disciplined and actually stay that way. Make it simple to start, not perfect to finish. Most people never start because they're waiting for the perfect moment. They want the ideal plan, the right setup, and the right energy. But discipline isn't about waiting. It's about movement. You don't need motivation to start, you need momentum. If you want to work out, don't plan a full hour. Just do 10 push-ups. If you want to read more, open a book for 5 minutes. When you make starting easy, your brain stops seeing it as a threat. And once you start, momentum takes care of the rest. Think of it like lighting a fire. You don't throw a log and expect it to burn. You start with a spark. Then the flame grows. Delay your impulses just for 10 minutes. Discipline isn't about never feeling temptation. It's about not acting on it immediately. That craving to check your phone, that urge to skip a workout, it's a wave. And like any wave, it passes. Next time you feel it, say, "I'll do it in 10 minutes. Most of the time, those 10 minutes are enough for your brain to calm down and your logic to return. This is called the 10-minute rule, and it works because it separates your urge from your action. You're still in control, you're just choosing when to act. That tiny pause builds emotional muscle, and that's where real discipline starts. Build identity, not just habits. Here's the mistake most people make. They focus on what they do, not who they are. They say, "I want to go to the gym," instead of "I'm the kind of person who trains daily." See the difference? When you shift your identity, discipline becomes natural. You're not forcing behavior, you're aligning with who you believe you are. If you see yourself as a focused person, you'll act like one. If you see yourself as someone who values growth, you'll protect your time differently. So instead of chasing goals, ask yourself, who do I want to become? Then make choices that version of you would make even when it's uncomfortable. Remove friction and temptation disappears. Willpower isn't endless. If you keep putting yourself in environments full of distraction, you'll always lose. The trick: make bad choices harder to do and good ones easier. If you want to stop wasting time on your phone, don't just rely on self-control. Move the apps, delete shortcuts, or leave your phone in another room. If you want to eat healthy, don't fill your kitchen with junk and hope to resist. Discipline doesn't live in willpower, it lives in design. Change your environment, and you'll change your habits without fighting yourself every day. Reward consistency, not intensity. Most people quit because they aim for perfection and burn out fast. They try to go from 0 to 100, and when they miss a day, they think they've failed. But discipline isn't about intensity. It's about showing up, even when it's boring, even when it's small. Reward yourself for being consistent, not for being extreme. You read 1 page, that's progress. You work for 20 minutes. That's progress. Every small win wires your brain to crave the feeling of discipline. Because real strength isn't built in a single breakthrough, it's built in silent repetition. Let's make this clear. Self-discipline isn't punishment. It's freedom. The freedom to choose what matters over what feels good right now. It's not about being perfect, it's about being in control of your own direction. You don't rise to the level of your motivation, you fall to the level of your discipline. So next time your mind says, "I don't feel like it," remind yourself, feelings are temporary, your goals are not. Start small. Delay impulses. Build identity. Remove friction. Reward consistency. Do that, and you'll build the kind of discipline that makes success inevitable. If this gave you something to think about, drop a comment and tell me which habit you're going to start with. Hit like if you found this helpful, and subscribe for more videos on mindset, psychology, and self-growth. This is ClarityGrit. Stay strong, stay clear, and keep growing.